Hi, this is Kim Pinkney, and welcome to my channel. Alrighty, here's another fun-filled day of nocturnal emissions. If you were with me yesterday, you know that I pretty much poked the pooch on one of my pages. So I decided to go ahead and revamp all my pages and stop putting them layer upon layer. Yeah, this may increase my file size and whatnot inside of Procreate, but it's like, damn it, I'm not gonna lose another goddamn page. So I'm almost recovered. I found a lot of images that I drew in a whole nother area. That way I'd have more panels to work with, or rather more layers to work with, and then I just bring them over into this one. So let's see, yesterday as I was completing Old Girl here, or at least working on her, and I had lost the page before this, or the page after this. So basically what's going on is I am redoing the page that came after, and hopefully bigger, better, and stronger. When we, usually when this happens, I'm just like, damn it, and I've been lucky so far. I had done pages, and in order to create thumbnails, I would export them into my Google Drive, and so I'd have at least something. And this time I didn't, so I decided to use what is it called? I decided to go through the video, but the video is really low quality. When you set up Procreate, if you want to be able to do a really good video, when you start it, that's when you should set up the quality of your video. I didn't know that. Well, we live and we learn, right? That's one more thing that I've learned off of doing this project. Let me go ahead and get rid of this one because I don't need that layer anymore since that's gone kaput. And so I extended a lot of it. That way I would have enough panels to cover. So far, let me see. So I got 3, I'll have 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 28, 29, 30. I should have 29, 30. I should have 32 panels. So as I was going through it, it felt like it was longer than it needed to be. Let me go ahead and shut this off. Now what I'm doing right now is separating the last bit so that I don't have that same problem where I have that overlapping, and I guess we live and we learn. So let me go ahead and label this one. This is going to be chapter 2. And 12. And like last time I had about 15 pages. Okay, so that's chapter 2, 12. And this one will be him talking about how it's not so hard for him to get ladies. So again, I have like a shit ton of panels and stuff. I'm gonna keep that layer. Add a stable stream of women. About me. Wasn't always about sex. I was gonna say, if I lost these goddamn images, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, so I even have room to throw in more women if I wanted to. And these are the little text boxes. But I don't have a text box for this one. I wanted to put something here. I'll figure it out as I go. It sometimes comes to me as I'm writing it or as I'm drawing it. like some sort of idea will appear. I can finish up the top of her head. She looks kind of scalped. But yeah. Okay, so that one's that page. And then this one here, let me get out of that one. Okay, so it always ends up the same, and then this is the nightmare, so that one can stay. Let me go back. Come on, go back. Okay, so that one's 12, so this is chapter 2, page 13. Okay, and then 14, right here. And I think I kind of figured out how I want to end this, and start the next one. The next one will be when he actually goes to the club and meets other women. Let's see. So this one here, and let me get rid of this. I'll go ahead and get rid of this one. I'll keep the text boxes, just in case I can use them. And then this one's the one with the handshakes. Now this one I thought was pretty powerful, because this one here is where he starts to realize that, as he's explaining to Bryce, that this might not all be, this might be where he's in probably having trouble. Let's see, so I can go ahead and get rid of this layer. And then it's like, you tell me, do I have a problem? Or am I in trouble? Let's see, so yeah. I'm going to go ahead and change it. Because right here is where he's describing that for every woman that he goes through, that's like closing like 10 people. Hey Sakuna, how are you? Thanks for popping in. Oh, you're a rock. Oh, you rock. Have you got to check out chapter 1 yet? And thank you so much for popping in though. My God, I am like so frustrated. You know, every time I do this, I learn just one more thing. It's like, oh, by the way, one more. I feel like I'm in that Jackie Chan cartoon with his uncle or grandfather or whatever he was. He'd always say, one more thing, Jackie, one more thing. Yeah, so right here is where I want the guy to like say, yeah, I think I'm in trouble. Yeah, I think I'm in trouble. Because it's like it goes from like regular hands, and oh my God, I have fallen in love with the textures. I can't wait to do this one because it's going to have a shit ton of really professional looking textures for the coat. But I even got to the point where the monster hand is forming like it did in chapter 1. And I want him to kind of break away. This right here, when I uploaded it to Instagram, it was like, oh my God, Kim, what the hell did you do? And then we had this massive debate on the stupid eye. To me, it looked like a penis head, you know, when I'm looking too close at it. It's supposed to be an eye looking over his shoulder at his phone. And it's as if the eye was like going swipe left, no, swipe right. Not that one, not that one. No, that one. Yeah, that's the one. Like it's nodding along with him. So if I animated this, whenever he used his thumb, the eye would be like swipe right, and it would swipe right with the thumb. Where if it's just like swipe left is his thumb. The eye would move in the same direction. Like it's telling him which one to choose. But basically, if you haven't been with me this entire time, welcome to my channel. I'm working on a contest that is the Webtoons contest, and oh my God, it's brutal. I thought it would be like a cakewalk, but no, this shit is hard. And I'm not even halfway through. I'm almost scratching at being halfway through. This guy has problems sleeping. He can't sleep at night. He's got these nightmares. And let's see. Um, and what it is when he goes to work or when he encounters people, he takes on their sins. People feel really good after being around him and with him, because all the evil, the things that weigh you down, he takes in. And the way he dispels it is at night in a nightmare. And usually they're not that bad, depending on the person. But he is taking on a lot all at once, and it's devastating to the point where if he's alone, this is what happens. It's like it starts to weigh on him. And what I want to do is I want to have like the phantom hands, kind of like whenever he wakes up, it dissipates. I feel bad for the women because they're just an easy mark for him. In chapter 1, I have one of the women right here, and this is where I had all that crazy overlapping and stuff like that. This poor chick was telling him that she was having, she was having nightmares, and it's like her boyfriend didn't believe her. But the other downside to it all is that turn these off. See if I hold them down. That if the people that he brings into his bed or whatever, the people who are around him when he's sleeping, they're the ones that get the nightmare. But if he's alone, he gets the nightmare. It's internal for him, but external for them. And it creeps out of him. And it's changed him. It's gotten to the point where he just doesn't give a rat's ass about anybody else. So, but after a while, his conscience starts to bother him. So this is the latest. This is chapter 2. And he's saying that he never noticed that giving the nightmares to others changed him. And there's a woman screaming, and never thought about it before, but his neighbors, he has no neighbors. He doesn't mention it, but I think I'll have him mention it when Coffee comes to his house. Coffee is going to be his love interest. If you were with me in the earlier thumbnail stages, I go through the entire story. I'm thumbnailing from beginning to end, and you actually see the ending in one of the thumbnails. As crappy as the thumbnails are, if you've seen them, oh my god. Okay, so anyway, this is the latest Girl of the Night, and it's the same thing over and over again. Shudder, shudder, oh my god, it felt so real. And this headboard has gotten bigger and bigger. I'm gonna have to be a little bit more cohesive with my artwork, but it's like I'm just trying to bust it out, He's like, yeah, please go back to sleep. And he's thinking that. And compassion took a back seat to a peaceful night's sleep for me. I started to see the sharing of these nightmares as a necessary evil. I mean, these aren't really my nightmares, but my clients'. At the time, I believed the only thing worse than losing my humanity was this one realization. Oh, you know what? I don't even have to do that. Oh, hold up. Let me do this. There's a way to look at these without going into them. I'm trying to remember how to do it. Where you can just pretty much scroll. I can't remember. What's it? It's like a preview. I'm trying to remember how to do it. Either I hold it down. Let me see, if I go to stack, no, it comes and goes. It's really weird. It's like, I'm trying to remember if it's like a weird preview stage, and I'm trying to remember how I did it. Was it like this? No. No. But it's like I could look at all my pictures. If I tap it, let me see, maybe it's a double tap. No. There's a way to preview everything. Anyway, I wish I remember how to do it. Was it like this? But anyway, so there's one realization is that he can never sleep alone. And then he wakes up screaming in the night, and then it's like, I need to do, let's see, luckily I've got, and this is what saved my ass, because I only get, at the level that I've got this at like, I've got this double the size. It's like 4,000 by 6,400 pixels. That's like double the size of a Webtoon cartoon, so that when I get ready to upload, all I have to do is downsize it to the size that they want, which is 800 by 1280 or something like that. And this reduces perfectly. So what I do is make it as big as I can, as bright as I can, because drawing at 800 by 1280 is super small, and if you go into it and you zoom in, it's pixelated. It's nonsense. It will drive you absolutely batshit crazy. So what I did is I just doubled the size, and that was from a YouTube video I saw, and I'm like, that's pretty frickin' smart. Other people were making these long ass views, and that just wasn't, I don't think that's smart, because you run out of, it's just these long strips. And these long strips, yeah, they may roll okay, but it rolls just fine with this too. When you upload into Webtoons, I'm sorry, this has turned into a quick Webtoons tutorial, but each one of these is like a scroll. Like when you scroll like this, each one of these is like a scroll and a half maybe, and it fits perfect. So everything here is drawn really huge, and you can see it pretty well in Webtoons. Like I could even go smaller if I wanted to on some of these panels. Okay, so anyway, to save my ass, whenever I draw the character, I have multiples, and I just put all the faces all like here. So whenever I need someone looking in this direction, I make sure I grab the layer, do a quick grab here, just kind of select it, and I learned that if I want to select it, I don't have to copy and paste it to the next level. I've got it selected, make sure that's selected, just hit that, hit copy, and by the luck of the Irish, I should have it pop into where I need it to go. So I just need to find a place where he's looking in that direction at our guy. Let's see, we'll use this one. Put another layer in. Actually, it'll pop it into its own layer, and then hit add and paste. And I'll just go ahead and flip that horizontal. And I'm just going to put that right there. And that'll save me another 20 minutes of drawing. I'm going to make this opaque, so I'll be able to see through it just enough so I can see through it, and then I can adjust the head to the size that I need it to be. Okay, so there's that one head, and I tried to do that with every character, and if I had to draw on the fly, I would save that head in the gallery. So like I've got his boss, I've got like a whole bunch of different random images that I might be reusing, and I put that here in the character roughs. So like I've got the expression, I'm going to save it here, where he's ordering, I got that right here. This image I need, let's see, just got to make sure that you're on the right layer so you can copy. So it's kind of like a character sheet. I don't copy the bodies because the bodies are pretty fast, and I don't want to do the hair because he could be like in a wind tunnel one day and then, you know, nothing the next. We'll go ahead and copy, go back to that, copy, Go to where I need to go. Now, up here, I want him to freak out. It's like, what the hell did I have a nightmare for? Let's see, I'm going to paste it. And then I can just bring it. And I'm going to make him kind of frown, or either that or grip himself. Like, wait a minute, why did I have the nightmare? And then in the next page, he's looking, going, she's gone. So I have to redraw. Let me see. Do I have... Let me see. Let me go back to my images here. I'm trying to remember where I put it. Oh yeah, okay. So, oops. Let me bring this up. And that's what I've been doing a good portion of this morning. Let me grab this. And now I got lucky. And this was a screen capture from my replay. And that's when I realized, holy shit, I just lost everything. And so I'm going to recreate this page, but pretty much this panel right here. So I just remember that he's feeling the bed, and he goes, shit, she's gone. And then looks up and goes, shit, he's got this clock. And I think I like that clock a lot. So I think I'm going to have that clock, you know, like pretty big. So let's get back over here. And instead of having that one particular pose where, but I wanted that, oh my God. Oh yeah, that's right. Let me go back to, not gallery, God dandruff. Come back here. I think I'll keep this open because this is where all my source images are. I needed this. First, there was a reason why I wanted this. But you can see the difference between, oops, this is what it was originally. It's like, oh my God. And now it's, oh my God. And you know, I think I need to have a little bit more spittle. I don't know. Or maybe if I raise the oh my God up. Let's see. Oh, I do still have it here. Okay, so I don't need this one. But I'm going to keep it open because I'm going to need to look at some of the source images. Now, I wanted to kind of be as realistic as I've already merged it. Yeah, if I hadn't merged it, I think I would have raised the oh my God up a little bit and let his air kind of blow it. But it almost looks like it's happening. And you know what? I think I want to have a little bit more interaction with this blood and stuff looking stuff. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and go into here. That's the font itself that kind of drips down like that, which would have been perfect for chapter 1. Okay, so in, let's see, it was water, and we'll use the drips. I'll grab one of those drips. Let's see, and we'll put it above this layer. So we'll just, oh, it crashed. Okay. Alright. Don't you dare crash again. I might have an update. Okay, so there we go. Level 11. And then I'm going to use the water drip. Done. And then just kind of have it kind of hit him. Now, I'm going to have like a few random ones, and I'm going to do some bigger sizes. I'm going to go ahead and move that. Oops, let me see. Not there. And then I'm going to use the liquefy. And I'm going to use push. And we're just going to, let's see, we'll use push, and then we'll use, let me move this over some so I can have more tools. Let's see, we can twirl it a bit, and then we have more to push. think this is a bit much though, so let's see if we can erase a little bit of it. And we'll erase it in like a pattern of some sort. Let's see. We'll erase it with this. Come on, you. Okay, that's going to be my eraser. And so hopefully, yes, it's like a splotchy erase. I should have had it a little smaller so it'll have more going on there. And since it's on its own layer, I'm not worried about. I just want this to be like all gory. I want him to like even feel it. Okay, let me see if I bring this down some. These look like sperm. Okay. I want it to move more. So get off his mouth. But I'm hoping you get the gist. I just want to kind of move things around. Let's see. I need this again. Actually, we'll select it. We'll warp it. I don't want to make the words so that we can't read it, but I wanted to put a little bit in front of him. That's too much. I think I got too much on here. Let me delete that. I mean, it's got a good start. I'm gonna erase this. But I want a little bit in front. Let's see. Water flicks, maybe. Make it vary in size here. And maybe even a drip off of a finger. Let's see. I should do that drip on a different layer. There we go. And then I can manipulate it. And I'll merge it down. We'll push it. I'll make the size bigger so it really just like make it smaller. Now that's a splotch. It might be a bit much. Let's get that distortion going, and then we'll erase some of it. Make it big. Oh, too big. Oh well. Maybe just the splotches, and we clear this. Get clear. And one droplet. I said one, Kim. Okay, so I'm gonna move it real quick. Liquefy. Now, it sucks that the droplet doesn't go where I want it to go. Let's see, I wonder, let me try crystals. Just wanna crystallize it a bit. Let's give it that grittiness there. Come on. Let's see, we'll twirl you to the left. There we go. Get that weird. Break that up a bit. Maybe coming off the Y or something. see, we'll twirl it, get it thinner. But you guys, thank you so much for popping in. Sakuna, thank you so much. And I'll check out your channel too. I don't want it so I can't read it though. Okay, so, whoops. Need to erase. We'll erase with water flakes. I think the water flakes would look good with the letters. Okay, let's get rid of more of this. It's like it's just too much. It's too much, Kim. Okay, so let's do this. Favorites. And I'll just get rid of. Don't want too much. Just wanted like a little bit coming through his fingers. Yeah, and I think these are too big. I need something that's like more wispy. Okay, and then on this layer, I'm going to get rid of some of this extra tendrils. Let's see, and then on this layer, I'll just kind of liquefy it a bit. I'll make the size a little smaller when it liquefies. I just want to... Oops, I don't want to mess up his fingers. Let me go back. There we go. I don't want to mess up the fingers. Not the money makers. Okay. Yeah, hit that H and the M. Get that Hua. This is Hua. Okay. Oh my god. Some of these letters are just too straight. There we go. Okay, I'm happy. Kinda, sorta, a little. I want to get that same weird droplet like we did in chapter 1. Because this is like a wet dream, right? That's what nocturnal emissions are, is the wet stuff. Let's see, we'll do the water flicks. And I won't do the drool. Okay, so we got all that going on. So he's waking up from his dream. I kind of want to duplicate this layer. I want to have like a motion type of thing. So like on this one, maybe... Is it layer 8? Maybe that might have it. Let's see, and we'll do like a motion blur. We'll select certain areas here. We'll see about that neck of the woods, and then we'll do like a motion blur, and we'll just kind of fuzz him up a bit. Oops, that might be too much. Okay, so I might need to do the, move it to the top. Let me see if I turn that off. so if I'm doing the motion blur, I'm going to turn that one off. And I just want to kind of blur up so it looks like he's in motion. Come on, you. There we go. Just trying to drag a little bit. There we go. So that like part of him is out of focus. Give it that feeling of speed. Like it's like, oh my god. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we got that going on. Let's see. I can never sleep alone. Alright. Now part of me is wishing that maybe I would have used a black background instead of a white. But, I don't know. Maybe another time. Maybe as the story gets darker, maybe that's when I'll use it. Okay, so let's... And then I wanted to say, wait a minute, why the hell did I get the nightmare? It's like he knows. He's not innocent. Okay, let me go ahead and do his hair. Alright, we'll zoom in a little bit so you can see him better. Okay, let's throw some... bring this down so I can control it better. Yeah, I don't have very many views on my Webtoon. It's been up for a few weeks. But I think people were, I guess it might have been boring or something. I don't know. You know, with only just like 30 panels. 30 big panels. So I spent months on. Yeah, I need to work a little bit faster. Work smarter, Kim. Work smarter. Just kind of get his hair a little wild and woolly here. And I'll soften up some of his... Make sure I'm on the right layer. I am not. Let me merge these guys together. Let's see, we got the motion blur. I'll leave that alone for now in case I change my mind. Alright. Wow, I've got like a whole bunch of layers with this on here. So I don't need this one. Okay. Now, one of the things I was worried about was that I have to have a clear and distinct panel, and I don't want to be shorted my panels, gosh darn it. Let's see, we'll give him a little eye shine here. I'll bring that up. Like, I think I totally shorted myself on that montage of women. Like, I should have broken that up into different panels, like I did, well, even the one where he's hitting on women and flirting, doing that hardcore flirt. Let's see, we'll give him a 5 o'clock shadow too. That is under touch-ups right here, and stubble. And we'll bring that small, bring that down a little bit. Give him a little bit of the shadow there. Okay, let's define those eyes a little bit better. Now I can't decide if I want him to be mad in this picture or if I want him to still be kind of horrified. But I do want him to like coming back to himself. Bring this down some. And Sakuna, thank you so much for popping in. It really means a lot. Let's see, and because I'm nosy, I'm going to see if I can find your channel. Oh, just let me have your picture. Okay, I don't want your picture, I want your channel. Yeah, every now and then people will pop in and therefore their channel, which is fine, you know, showing some love. Yeah, one of them was well, two of them that would pop in. They'd leave me a like, but I think they more or less wanted me to what was it called? Use their music. I'm really hesitant of using music that I haven't paid for, simply because the monetization problems and stuff like that with this. Sakura! Oh, you got like 4,000 subscribers. You don't need me. Let's see what you got. That's pretty cool. Okay, so you are in, what is that? Glasgow? That's pretty tight. I'll check out your channel later. I'm going to subscribe to you. And thanks for popping in. I can't wait to check out your content. Be sure to check out my first chapter. It would really, really do me a big, big favor. And the link is in the description on how to get to the, what is it called? The webcomic. And hopefully this one will come out way better than the other one. And one of the things I was worried about was that this subject matter was too adult for the site. So like I was like, oh shoot. But I think I'll be okay. Nobody else is talking about this. But I'm kind of at this point where I don't want to say I want to make it a joke, but you know, so just give it a little bit of levity. When you really think about it, I mean, this guy is having wet dreams. It's like what the monster feels, it kind of shares with the guy. So like, it's like he's getting like a sick bit of, well, the monster has to keep him asleep in order to be kind of released. And it's almost like it's become its own entity. It's not just an amalgam of other people's nightmares. It's kind of taken on a life of its own. And it's feeding, and it's getting stronger. To the point where he feels like it's its own entity, that it's got an agenda. But the thing about it is that he never sees it. He never sees the monster. He always just experiences like the nightmares, but he doesn't remember them. All he remembers is the terror and the fear. But the people who are sleeping around him, or that are around him, they see it, and I'm trying to I'm trying to figure out if they remember. I think the stronger that the monster gets, it starts to get. Maybe it starts to get a little. What's the word? I don't know about greedy. More like it could be greed. I'm gonna have the eyebrow kind of sloped down a little bit, like, why the hell did I get the nightmare? Oops. Thought I was erasing. Make sure my eraser is on soft brush. I'm not erasing the right layer. Let's see. Is there another layer? Right here? Yeah. So I want to kind of have like one eyebrow up, one eyebrow down. It's like, why did I get the nightmare? I'm gonna have to be a little bit more obvious. Let's see. Bring his eyes down a little bit. All right, let's see. We can probably merge. Let me take this one and this guy. We'll merge those down. That way, there's no hidden lines or anything like that. I don't know if I should bring his shoulder down some. Oops. Okay, let me see. Need an ear. Let's see. Alright, so let's throw a text balloon in here as well. We use the ellipse tool. Oops. Freeform. I hate when that happens. Okay, let me zoom out. There we go. It like leaves a ghost image. Alright, so add some text. We'll change it back to our regular text, which is Jack Armstrong. Turns out white. Okay. There we go. And just squeeze these in and it kind of centers it for me. And bring it in just a little more. And I think what I'll do is I'll change that. And I want that to have like a, why did I have the nightmare? Okay. And just to make it even more obnoxious, pump it up just to 1. There we go. Like, why should I have the nightmare? Let's see, I will make this a little bigger. Gotta give it plenty of room to breathe. Okay. And oops. Clear that and freehand. Fill, damn you. Okay. And I'll merge those down. I can never sleep alone. Okay. We need part of that headboard. it's now gotten huge. And what I'll do is I'll just cut it off. Let's see. Yeah, we need pillow. Maybe a little bit of pillow. Let me duplicate that. We'll bring that down a bit. About right there. Okay, so and we'll merge everybody together. I want to cut this pillow. I can do it right now. Let's see. Select. Let's see. Can I cut? Let's see. I want that pillow and this one. So I bring this like that. Merge them together. Go. That way I can cut everything here. I need the rectangle tool. Don't want to lose my little other lines there. Actually, let me come back into this and we'll just add some more. And then we'll erase. Lovely. Let me get a little bit of his hair too. Sweet. Okay. Oops. All right, let's throw. We're going to throw in just a little bit of detail. Why does he look cut off? Let's see. All right. There's a little dot here, probably from where I had touched it some at one time, and I have no idea where it is. Let's see. It's not on that, not on that. Oh, it's on this layer. Okay. See if I can blend it away. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, you definitely, if you're one of those type of people like me who keep zooming in, zooming out, zooming in, zooming out, you want to watch out for those stray lines. Stray lines, stray dots. Okay. I'm going to zoom in again and try to do it off the picture so I don't end up screwing anything up. I just want to try to soften that ear. Yeah, the ear and the forehead seem to be one of the more areas that I seem to neglect a bit. Come on, fine hair. Bring that up. Yeah, this tool reminds me of when I was a kid and I was learning how to draw hair. I was really young, and it had to be back in like late 80s, and Farrah Fawcett was the thing, or maybe it was even early mid 80s, and Farrah Fawcett's hair was like feathery, and so I saw how one girl had done her hair, and I'm like, oh my god, that's pretty, how did you do that? And so she showed me that if you flick your wrist, you can get away with doing that. Like some of these little strands that I'm doing here with his hair, I'm just kind of making this kind of shape, and her hair was like that all the way around, which was kind of cool. And I'm like, oh my god. So like every drawing I did had that kind of hair. It was crazy. And that's one of the ways I had taught myself how to draw, is like I learned techniques from others and then merge them and adopt them and refine them. Fun times, fun times. Just bring his eye up a little bit. I'm trying not to abuse the smudge brush so much. It's important to have at least some lines that are hard among all the other ones, just to give it the variation. Okay, let's see. And I didn't do my drop of color in. What up? Oops. I might not need it on this. Alright, and then I'm going to take like that tone and this light and make that my base tone. And then I'm going to add white to it. And that should make him pop out a little bit more too. I could have left it alone, but I don't know. I kind of like this. Oops. Make sure it's not erasing. Okay. I gotta remember to add more stubble. Okay. Put a little bit of light around his lip. I mean, if we're gonna be close, we may as well look good. I'm ready for my close-up. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. And then I'll kind of soften it. Oops. Don't want to lose the chat. Just in case someone pops in and says, "Hi, how you doing?" Bring this up. Alright. Now, my guy has more of a hook nose. Let me see if I can capture that. Bring a little bit of that light down here. I'm wondering if I can create a brush that would have like a gray gradient to it. Maybe to save myself a little bit of time. I'm thinking about that. And still have the softness. Bring this down some. Let's see. I'm gonna make it a little darker underneath his nose. And let's do a little bit of stubble. Oh, that's in touch-ups. There we go. Make that a little smaller. Alright, almost there. And then I got to go back and fix the guy above him, the picture of him above this one. Alright, let's throw some white on here, get some more contrast going. A little softer, bring this down a little bit so it's not like glaringly white. Okay, and we'll give him a little bit of puffiness where his lips are, like right here. Gorgeous. Let's give him a little bit of light there. Alright, let's smudge a little bit of his hair so it doesn't just look like it's... Oops, drop that. Okay, it is 6 o'clock. Yay. Okay. Almost there. There's some white in here. Okay. His ear still looks kind of wonky. Let's see if I can clean that up. Just a little. I know I shouldn't be focusing on ears. I need to... There we go. Just a little. Nobody's gonna be rewarding me for my ear. It's like, your ears look amazing. You don't look Your ears look marvelous. All right. I'm going to switch that to fine hair. Okay. So when it smudges, will smudge for fine hair. And hopefully look a little bit more natural. All right. Let's give him a frown. Make sure his nose and eyes have all the colors that they need. Okay. Lovely. Okay, we've got color already dropped into here. Let's see. Where did I put it? So I'm looking for this one pose that I had, but I might not have saved it. Shoot. Where else could I have put it? Okay, so not there, not there. Okay, so trying to decide what I want to do for the next. I know that pose is around here somewhere. Crap, I can't find it. Okay, no worries. Let's give some texture to his blanket. Well, crap. Or should we try this one? If it's not here, then I'll just move on. In the meantime, Actually, I kind of like it fuzzy because it looks like it's in motion. Okay, move on. I'm gonna just go ahead and leave it like this because we're only gonna look at it for a heartbeat. At least do something in the fingers here, Kim. Alrighty, I'm gonna go. Oh, I found it! Yay! Okay. I could have sworn I'd saved this image somewhere. Crap! I'm trying to think. Where could I have saved it? I don't know. I don't know. I remember I was drawing from it. I have all these source images and I can't remember where I frickin' put it. I don't know. Way to be prepared, Kim. Lead by example. Get these fingers like all contorting and stuff. That was no good. Make this a little bigger. Dirty hands. Dirty hands. I should have some tissue like next to his bed somewhere. It's like, don't judge me. Take a little bit of this out. and then we'll move on to the next page. Okay. So as long as whatever I'm doing is readable is what matters. Okay, here we go. Soften this up a bit. This gives me an excuse to look at half-naked men. Yay. Shirtless, that is. Half-naked from the top up. Yeah, that's the ticket. Let's see. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Okay. Just doing a quick search for source images. Yeah, that's the ticket. Oh, something happened. My thingy crashed. Everything crashed. There we go. Alright. Let's see, I need that. Let's see. Zoom out. Let's see, this beast here. There we go. All right. Alright, we need a texture on that blankie. I'm just making it as big as I can here. And we'll put that. Okay, we'll leave it there. Put it here. Okay, and I need. Forgot what texture I was using for the blanket. Let's see, let's find one. I think I was using the flower textures. Okay, the flower one was pretty recent. There it is. Okay, done. Let me see if we can increase this brush a bit. I think this one's a small brush. Let's see if we can make it bigger. Shape, rotation, count, jitter, randomize, why not? Azimuth, why not? Scatter? Nah. Yeah, that's a good stroke. Yeah, we don't really need it to streamline. We don't need it to taper. Shape. Dynamics. Color. No color. Okay, I guess that might be as big as I can get it. We can't even see it. Let's do this. Drop that down a bit. Oops. Ooh, can't see it at all. Let's try black. Let me see if I take it and go white. If I put too much on there. Nah, I think I should do a different blanket. But then again, it is kind of subtle. Let's see. We'll do the card stuff. Oops. Let me do something here. Hit add. It's like I don't want the fingers to be included. And we'll remove that. Alrighty. Okay, so let's do this. We'll make it. Let's see, I thought I had another flowery. Ornate's pretty. Yeah, let's do ornate 4. Oops. Let's see, erase. Let me try something real quick. Oops. Get it off the fingers here. Is it all the same layer? God, dandruff. I was hoping that wouldn't happen. Okay, there we go. Alright, and then we'll just invert it again. And let's see what we chose. Oh, not that one. I wanted to do the ornate 4. Have a little bit of highlights. So we'll put that on that. He'll have the gamer thing for the sheets. Alright. And then we'll just kind of soften. Background here. Soften these pillows here. We'll merge that down, and I can cut it. All right. Oops. Okay. Good enough for government work. We'll cut it down here too. Yay, page is done. Okay. Now I think I want to put something behind him. Let me drop that. Make that soft. And use that soft brush. I should have, I think it'll be okay. Let me see. Okay. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Kind of darken it this way. There we go. Yay! All right, next page. Catching up. Cancel. All right, so I need to show him. Let's see. pose in mind for this part too. See if that's here. It's not. Okay, let's see. It said something like sleep. What sucks about this is that I have a couple of source image thingies here, and the one that I want, I do not see. 1, 2, 3. It's not that one. It says like sleep pages, and I don't see it where it's supposed to be. Okay, we go back to my drive. It's like I tried to put everything in the same folder. It doesn't look like it is there. It don't look like it is there. Hopefully I didn't delete it by accident. There it is. Okay. And in the meantime, while that's loading, or telling me that it can't load, put that back there, and at least I have an idea of what I wanted. Okay, and then it had the headboard like right here. We'll make it even bigger. You even have some blankets coming off the side here. Make him unhappy about this. Not that too big. Oh yeah, I was gonna drop cover. Okay. I'm kind of slumped back a little bit. Make this a little bigger. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll put them on their own layer. Let's see, and I liked not frogs, it was Pixel Gamer. Let's see if we can get this thing to come out. That looks like crap. Give her a lighter pillow. Yeah, we'll keep them the same color. Okay, and then for him, we'll drop some color on him. Bring that down. And then we'll end up merging them together. What can I do for you? I can't hear you. What can I do for you? Alright, and we use like a light gray, like a fleshy tony gray. All right. See if I can go faster here. Drop this down some. Oops, too big. Just gonna make his hair kind of wild if I can. Okay, stroke. Come on now. Work with me. Work with me. Come on, baby. Shake it up. Shake it up, baby. Alright. Whoops. That's not white. Now, some of these pages, they seem like they're being done a little bit out of order, and in a sense they are, because my script is not, what is called, it's not set in stone. So, like, I have enough flexibility that I can change it up as long as I keep to the plot points. So basically what I need to do is set it up so that he is going to a bar and meet up with his friend. And then his friend, the next plot point would be to introduce him to, well, the next plot point would be to meet his you know, the love interest, the one that stays, sort of stays. And I gotta find a way to get them there. He's also got other little things to tell, but I don't know if I've got the time to add them in here. We'll see. Hopefully this will all work out, since a lot of my time was spent planning this. I want to get back to soft brush, and we'll bring it down just a little bit. Yeah, so yeah, it's really interesting how this process is, especially when it's just me doing it. Because it's like, in my head, this is what wakes me up in the morning. This is what gets me out of bed. Is that this thing isn't going to draw itself, and the story's not going to tell itself. So to get it to the point where I can actually get her done, this will be my first webcomic. I was reading one of the ones that I like, and I was getting kind of, well, two of them that I like, and I was getting kind of pissy, and it's kind of hard to imagine what an artist writer goes through without a team. One of them has a team, and the other one I think is pretty much on their own. One is about bones, I think. Something about bones. And I'll tell you the bone that I had to pick with that one. The artwork took a decline. And I'm like, wait a minute. And it was really, really obvious. I even went back to like the first episodes where I started getting hooked. And I'm like, okay, this artwork isn't too bad. It's not too hard on the eyes. It had its own little style and grace about it. And then reading like the latest, the artwork was horrible. People were completely disfigured. It was like my rough stages. It's like it looked fuzzy, and it looked like what my stuff is like at this stage. And I totally understand why. At the moment when I was reading it, because I'm engrossed in the story, but still noticing that people's hands are like smaller than babies' hands when they should be adults. Bodies are all twisted and contorted unnecessarily. It's just like, wow. And then I started thinking about, when you're not working on your own comic, if you don't know what it's like to have that crazy deadline. So like, I can only imagine, because in order to meet their deadline and get paid, I guess, they have to do several pages or several chapters in advance so that people will pay for them. And I guess that's where they would get a portion of their money. I think it's a sponsored thing, because they had a, what is it called? A banner where you could click on it. Not everybody gets a banner, but this one did. So I'm like, okay, all right, I clicked on it, and I really liked how the story was going. But when I was reading the latest pages, I'm like, did they get a different artist? I checked the names, and they looked the same. And I was like, wow, they must have been like super under the gun for it to be this bad. Because the other pages, they were more flowy. They were more graceful. People looked like they were posed naturally. And it was easier to read. At this point in the story that I was reading, I think it's something about bones, or about bones or something like that. I can't remember. But I'll be there with bells on as soon as it, comes out. Let me see. And me of all people can't complain. I really can't. Because before I put anybody else's work down, I have to keep in mind they got their shit in. And I'm still working on mine. It was called, story's really good. Let's see. Not Even Bones. And it's got its own style. And when you're looking at it, the first few pages, let me see, I'll bring it over so you guys can see it. This one right here, it has its own style. It's almost, it reminds me of Disney almost. And I was like, wow, this is kind of cute, It wasn't like absolutely perfect or anything like that. It doesn't have to be because it was, more cartoony. And you see how it's like pretty and graceful. It is a little bit off, but still things look like they made sense. Or maybe it's just me glamorizing it. No, maybe it is consistent. Okay, so that one's not all that in proportion, so maybe it is a thing that they have small hands and whatnot. But looking at the art style so far, see, it's like kind of graceful-ish and stuff like that. When I got to the latest episode, I think it was this one, for some reason, I was just crazy disappointed. I mean, it's like, it was like bad. Look at that. And you remember the other pages, I mean, they looked better. Look at those hands. Look at how tiny those hands. Look at the arms. I was like, no. I mean, I understand that everything's fast-paced and everything, but look at the body. No. Look at that. No. Really? I was so disappointed. But you know what? I got my frickin' episode. So that's one of the things that get sacrificed for time. So I have no right to get mad that the artwork was considerably not up to their standards. I mean, all the other ones seemed like they were really pretty decent. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do to get it done. And then one of the other ones that I was watching, and it's on a hiatus right now, the artist had blisters on their hands, to get 50 panels out in X amount of days, 7 days. But it's not just 50. It's more than that, because they're trying to do several chapters in advance, because people pay money for that, to read ahead. And then go back into the comments and spoil it for everybody. But so that's one thing to keep in mind if I decide to go and do it, or I am going to be helping someone on their comic. So that's something for me to keep in mind, is that I don't want to get behind and set him back. That's going to be that other one that I was working on Sundays, but I let him know that this is got that deadline of June 30th, and then everything will be about his. I'll be promoting his after the 30th, after his comic and the one that we're working on together, because time is money and money is time. And it'll be my paying gig. He's enjoying it, what I've put out so far. And then come the 30th, I'll go ahead and promote it on Instagram and Facebook, and do some live drawings of the characters. We picked out a really nice cast. And if we're lucky and his story really takes off, we might, you never know. It could be an animated feature or a movie. You never know. And if he's really lucky, he'll get those, he'll get the actors of his choosing. That would be absolutely fabulous. Because everybody's hurting for a really good story. Whoops. That is not a skin texture, Kimberly. He needs some gaming. He needs a gaming tattoo. I think he should wake up one morning and find like an evil Mario or a Bowser on him. Okay, let's see. We'll wake up and have this Bowser in oh, here we go. This is what I'm thinking of. Unless I took it out. I hope I didn't take it out. It's not there, not there. Is it in here? Nope. Let me see. Yeah. One day I'm going to finish this one and put it on a shirt. It's... Okay, dismiss. Let's see. I'm going to put this on a shirt. Look at me. Look at... I am like totally not focused on what I'm supposed to be doing. So this will be like the front of the shirt, where you have Bowser and Drag dressed up as Princess Peach, and then it wasn't supposed to open. It was just supposed to, we're supposed to just look at it. No, not that one. God, dandruff. Stop. And the back of it would be like your princess is in another castle. You'll have like one of those little toadstool things that would say, Mario, your princess is in another castle, on the back here, and they have like Bowser's tail and stuff. I can't wait to work on that. That would be cool. But I was a newbie at coloring. Stop. Gallery. Okay, it froze. Let me go ahead and close some of these things out here. I don't need that. And don't need that. But yeah, so some few things in the works. Okay, so here's where we are thus far. We finished that one, and this one is pretty much done, but I want to go back through it. Okay. But I think I've got this coloring thing licked. Famous last words. There we go. We'll just put it about like this big. And change the brush to textures. And it's the wood. There's wood 3, wood 1. I wish I could sort it so that it's like alphabetical order. I thought that's what it would be, and that would make sense. And I'm just going to smudge it a bit. And we'll toss it behind him. There we go. And then the blankets was that ornate, I think. Oops. I'll give it another layer. Oh yeah, there's the blanket right there. No, that's the pillows. Okay. And I need to do the Super Nintendo clock at a different angle, or I'll cut it off. Okay, so let's see. So there's going to be a text box over in this next area. He's touching the bed. We do the blankets. Shouldn't do that. Just want to make sure I got enough added the first go around. All right. And I chose ornate 4, I think. And we'll just kind of smudge it with ornate 4 too. You can probably cut off the wood. I'm just going to smudge it a bit. Why is it not letting me? Why are you not letting me do it? Oh, there's something white here then. Okay, so what's here? It's him. Haha. That's what's white here. Okay. I was like, why isn't it letting me cover it? Oops. Add. Okay. And we'll fix his body here. Favorites. Okay. It's like his face is all like decorated and decorative, and the rest of his body is like nothing there. Come on. Just get on the right layer. Bring that down a little bit. See if I've got. Oh yeah, that's right. Give him a shoulder. Give him the mom boob. Make sure that he's in some sort of proportion. I forgot that's ornate. Okay. We've got like a little bit of light coming from his side of the room, probably from the window. Let's see, I'm going to smudge a bit of his hair and also give it another layer. That way I can kind of, whoops, there we go. Cover up a little bit of the border here. I don't respect my borders. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay. Let's see if I can grab that. Copy image. Let's see, it's under more characters. Oops. In case I need an extra half-naked man. Can't complain. Oh, I've already got it. Okay, so let me flip it. beautiful. Okay. So I'm wondering if the artist I was whining about was doing the shortcuts like I was doing. You know, you create a head and kind of save it for later. That way you can come back and use it in case, you know, you're in a tight spot. So like for the comic that I'm going to be working on, upcoming, it's going to have pre-drawn faces, at least the faces, different head positions if I can manage it. And then every time I draw another position, I'll just go ahead and save that too, and that'll become like my living character sheet. I'll put some more white on this side. Let's see. Alrighty, it's 7:14. I got a few more minutes. I got like another 30 minutes, and then I got a vamoose. Let's see. Shit, is it raining? Hold on. Usually I check the weather before I head out or even start this. And it's been like so inaccurate lately. Like yesterday it said it was like 10% rain, 15% rain. It was like 100% rain, yo. I was drenched by the time I got to work. That shit was not cool. It's just my AC making noises. But I ain't playing. I'm gonna bring my wetsuit today. Yeah, I ride a bike to work. Partially because I don't have a car. And also because I need to exercise. I've had a sit-down job for the past, 20 years. Kind of, sort of. Let's see, I was working at that one for about 11 years. Then 11, 12, like the past 14 years, it was just like nothing but sit down. And I got fat because I got comfortable and was drinking coffee. I was pampered. It was decent. The office life for me. The office life for me. Yeah, but I found that when my car had broken down second to the last job, I had to do something. I had to take the bus, and the bus having to walk to like different bus stops was just a pain in the ass. So I'm like, well, let me get a bike. So I ended up getting a bike, and I would ride my bike to a bus stop, you know, throw it onto the bus, and then, you know, ride it to wherever I need to go, and then put it on the next bus. So I was taking like 2 or 3 buses a day, plus going to different stops. And actually, no, this is the job where I've had a lot of, like, I was working in this one area. I was riding the bus, it was like 2 hours. It took me 2 hours to get to work. But before the bus, you know, the bus had changed routes, and I had a really crappy commute because there was no bus that would go. It would get me halfway, not even halfway, 75%, and then I'd have to ride my bike the rest of the way, or walk. And I'm like, I ain't walking this. Not this fat girl. So I got a bike, and been on it ever since. Rain, shine, this intense heat, I've been on it. I think it's helped my health a lot. Before, I used to, you know, my legs would, what was it called? Not cramp up, but yeah, they would cramp up, but they would also, what's the word? What would they do? My knees were really bad, and well, they still are, kind of, sort of, but I think being on the bike has helped. You know, over time, it's just like I developed type 2 diabetes because of my inactivity. You know, I'd get up, go to work the shift, go home, go to sleep. You know, not much of a life, but there we go. I couldn't remember what brush I needed. You know, and rinse and repeat. You know, taking care of the kids and, you know, making sure everything was good to go. But I didn't realize my health was deteriorating. It got to the point where I could feel myself. What's the word? I keep saying what's the word. I'm going to take a drink every time I say what's the word. I'm going to be so full of water, it's going to be insane. Let's say what the word. I didn't bring my water bottle. No, but my mom had a heart condition, and I started to feel myself having the same kind of symptoms that she had. And I'm like, this is freaking scary. And she didn't make it to 50. Yeah, not good, not good. So I'll probably keep on a bike for a while, because I just like what it's done for my health lately. However, it's not without its perils. I definitely had gone through some stuff with this bike. People who can't drive. This one lady, she wasn't paying attention, and she hit my bike. I was crossing the street, and she was looking in the opposite direction. And had I been just a little slower going through the crosswalk, if I was walking through the crosswalk, she would have hit me straight on. And she, woof. But anyway, she didn't stop. She looked long enough to see that she hit my bike, went around me, and drove off. And I'm yelling, wait, wait, wait. I probably already told this story before, but it's no less disgusting. So hopefully the Lord is dealing with her. I ain't got no time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. But I was like in a hit and run. That's a hit and freaking run. The bitch ran. And if I wasn't fat, I'd run after her. But yeah, Kim likes her cake. So even with type 2 diabetes, I found a way to go ahead and have my cake and eat it too, albeit not in the same quantities as I used to. Just gotta make those life choices, you know? That way I can sit around and draw dirty pictures. So I have to be on the lookout for the rain. And instead of whining and complaining about it, you know, it's not that bad. Well, summers are shitty here in Florida. If it's not like super freaking crazy hot, humid, it's raining. It's like there's no in between. They need to do something about that George Floyd thing. Yeah, people are fed up. It's just this killing has just been happening way too often. Okay, so and I've heard like so many different extremes. You know, let's take it back. Let's take the world back. You know, we're not gonna buy anything white anymore. To you know, turn the other cheek or calm down, let cooler heads prevail. You know, people are tired of having the cool heads. They're tired of protesting. And to be honest with you, it's absolutely insane, especially when you're seeing kids become prejudiced. And they're doing it for attention. That's what's scary. It's not like they really hate black people, it's that they're doing it for attention. Somebody rewarded them for those views, and they kept it going. You know, and it's just really scary. And then you see, well, that's been happening for a while, but with the white ladies doing the calling the police for every little thing. So I was trying to compile a list of all the things I can't do because I'm black. You know, I can't barbecue, can't go to a park, can't sell water, can't go visit a friend, can't forge checks, can't bird watch. Yeah, I don't understand why people feel like they have to be more than what they are, or expect other people to kowtow. I don't know. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Whether it's the color of your skin or not, you know. But yeah, I started looking at my kids like, my God, that could have been you. It could have been you talking to some lady, and then she decides that she's going to call the cops on you. Next thing you know, the cops are on your neck. It's just wrong. Sad. But that's the state of the world today. So I'm going to draw my happy little pictures, and maybe one day I can make a statement of some sort. You know, and maybe it might change somebody's life, bring somebody together. Or I'll troll like a mofo, like I usually do, which is kind of fun. It doesn't solve anything, but I feel like I've said something profound, which is really scary. Kim makes sense. What? But in the meantime, I'm going to be nice to everybody if I can. If they let me. You know, it's funny, before the guy with his neck getting, before that, a cop had waved to me while I was riding my bike, and I was like, how nice is that? So now every time I see the cop getting ready to pull somebody over, I give them a wave, because, they're people doing a job, trying to be out there doing their job. I don't know. If I had a shitty job, like when I was in the military, I'm sure that there were places that that people did not like Americans. And, I'm just here doing my job, trying to live, feed my kids, that sort of thing. So, here we are. Okay, so she just left. And here I am drawing this womanizer / out for himself entitled prick. I don't know, is he entitled? He's got a gift, he's using it. He thinks it's a victimless crime. Because the nightmares aren't as bad on him as it is on them. I think that's what his problem is. Let's give him a little shadow here. I think this has turned out a lot better than what I had before. And we'll smudge the background here. Okay, so we need a layer for, this is so much easier having the pages on their own little area. I have plenty of space to do what I need to do without having to worry about it merging. I'm trying to decide, do I want to have a black? He's not mad. We'll have it be white or gray. Maybe. Let's see if it'll. No, I don't want black. I think I want gray. Let's see. That's interesting. It must be beneath one of these other layers. Okay, so. Maybe not gray, maybe more white than gray. I don't feel like outlining anything. Let's see, I want... I wonder why it's gray. Oh, it's because of that shadow I put on him. Oh well, we'll leave it. Doesn't look bad. Famous last words. Oops, I'm erasing. I thought I was smoothing. Oops. Yeah, I understand how people are angry. However, we want to still do things. At least I would think you would want to do things the right way. Some people just want to riot to riot. But then again, you don't know someone else's story, what they've gone through with law enforcement and whatnot. So I kind of understand, but you know, hopefully one day they'll understand that this supremacy crap is done. You're gonna have to coexist or leave, one or the other. You, oh, but what gets me is that if this guy hated black people so much, he's gonna be surrounded by a shit ton of black people if they arrest him. So, where's the logic in that? You may take out one or two, but ultimately you're going to be surrounded by a shit ton. We're everywhere. Black people are everywhere. So it's easier to be tolerant and live your life and be free, or take somebody else's life and then be at the subject of someone else's whims. Oh wow, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. All right, so enough about the politics. God bless that man and his wife, or his family. What he did, was wrong, but it shouldn't have taken his life. It shouldn't have gone that far. You don't need to be standing on somebody's neck. I don't care how big you think they are. Let's see. There was something I was going to say. Oh, she's gone. Let's see. Yeah, what time is it? Do. Let's see, I need that asterisk so that this is like a... Okay. And we'll draw the, let's see, I don't need to, we'll just have it kind of be dark and vague over here. Could increase the size here. Let me try this. Let me see. We'll merge. Let's see. There we go. So now I have more layers to play with. Okay, so this one, shoot, it's time to go. Alright, you guys. Now we can see the time. And you might even be able to read the Super Sleep Tendo Nocturnal system. Oh, those words are a little freaky, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and give us a time. We'll say if we make it midnight, then he really doesn't have a lot of time to spend with his friend. Let's see. Put 2 here. That way I can give myself extra panels. This should have like a tissue dispenser somewhere here. Let's see. I keep saying that. Alright, let's add some time. Edit style is going to be like a digital clock. We'll make it white. Bring it down a smidge. We'll make it about 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Because I want to give him some time with his friend, and then they got to go and find, let's see, he's got to find a chick. His friend's got to take him to the club. So we'll say it's about 11 o'clock. By the time he gets to the club, it'll probably be about 12. Time to drink, go to the E club. It should be bouncing or bumping or whatever we're going to call it. Okay, so let's fix this clock. No. And then we'll say it's, say 11:30. I don't like how close those are. There we go. Keep it centered. There we go. And I think I'll throw a PM in there. I wish I had, if I can think of a game so it looks like it's asleep. I'm trying to think. So like I could put that as PM and another one as AM. Maybe like a little digital icon of a sleeping mushroom, or I'm trying to think. Sleeping. I'm trying to think of any Super Nintendo game where there was sleeping. And I'll toss like maybe a little icon or something like that in there, so it'd be like this sleeping, and then the next one is daytime. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the games that I played. I played Frogger, Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom. Let me see, Super NES. Something I could turn into. Let's see. Okay, maybe a Smash Brothers type of thing, or something with sleep. Let me see. I'm gonna look up some images because the pixelation would be kind of cool. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Something that might have sleep in it. Something that would look cute as like a little digital character. Oh, I remember that stupid dot. Oh, they did spawn. I don't see anything that I could use. Like, let's see. Let me see something. Maybe a sleeping. I know Mario slept in one of his video games. Well, I'll figure it out. I'll just think about it. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. I am going to go ahead and take off. If you can, if you like what you see, like and subscribe. And if you can think of anything as far as like a video game character that's sleeping. Oh, look, Kirby's sleeping. I'm going to use that. Look at that. There's Kirby sleeping. So I think I'll do... Ooh, that's pretty cool. One of these guys. Oh, here we go. That's funny. Kirby drooling. And he's asleep. Anyway, we'll think about it. Alright, you guys, take care. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, I wanted to try something. Not gallery. God, Dandruff Kim. Let me see if I am able to do a quick replay. It still looks about the same, kind of pixelated. I was hoping that my settings had changed so that it's more like high res looking in the replay. It looks like the quality's a little bit better. Not by much though. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. And like and subscribe, and be sure to check out the first chapter. It's free. It's on Webtoons. Just look up Nocturnal Missions. And I gotta take off. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.